Welcome back to the Common Room on Unicast. That was Midnight Oil, Beds Are Burning.
And if your beds are burning, try changing the sheets. You might have got chili on it or something.
Ashleigh, it is time for our next subject, which is reality TV. Why have you put this on the run sheet today?
Because we had the final of The Masked Singer.
All right, so you're definitely one of the fans of The Masked Singer. All right, hit me.
I'm
What
not
you
a
got?
fan. I've been subjected to The Masked Singer because my wife is crazy into it. You know, she's literally got every single one right.
Every single...
She guessed every single one.
Is that without clues? Surely it's with clues.
Oh, it's with clues. It's listening to the voice. She's obsessed. She's stalking people's Instagram pages. They're trying to find out who's in the country or not. She is
How'd she guess Michael Bevan?
She is like laser focused. I mean, some were really obvious. I mean, it was obviously Kate Miller-Heidke, guys. It was so obvious. No one sings like that.
Sounds like we should get her working for ASIO.
I think her talents are wasted. I tell you what, she's crazy good at this sort of stuff. She did it the same with the last season as well. She guessed them all. And she's just sitting there going, this is boring. I know who everyone is. I wish they'd just hurry up. I'm like, why are you watching it then? It's like, I got to find out who it is. But you know who it is. Yeah, but I still got to find out.
So the day that she gets one wrong.
That's what she's waiting for. She's just waiting to be wrong for once. But no, she's inevitably right every time. We had good names this year. We had Red Wiggle. We had Kate Miller-Heidke. I had Eddie Perfect. I don't know who's meant to be like the megastar on the list.
Well, I mean, these sort of shows never really have the money for a megastar. I mean, there's been a couple on the Jungle one. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I mean, there have been some big stars on that. I don't know how much they would have cost to bring on that, because they would have had to pay them, wouldn't they? I mean, in some...
you want to be paid on that show, yeah.
On aspect, like...
It's nothing like the US where they have like Tony Hawk, the skateboarder from Tony Hawk Skateboards. Oh, crazy. And they have like proper names.
What would be the biggest name that you could probably bring straight? Like, we'd just get Hugh Jackman in there or something.
That is the rumor every year, and I doubt he'll ever do it.
So this brings us into the topic, basically what reality TV shows we want back. And the first one I'm going to start us off is Thank God You're Here. I can't believe this show hasn't been made again.
How easy is it to make?
It's just improv.
It's improv. Sure, you got to make some sets. You got to
make some sets, and you got to set a scenario. It's not a lot of work compared to what we have seen for some reality TV shows. Big Brother, that's a lot of work. Build a house, keep them in it, have cameras everywhere,
and then edit them. Like not just 24 hours, but like every camera has got 24-hour footage on it. You got to edit all of that.
God, how much stuff have they not used for Big Brother?
How much stuff? It's probably all just sitting on the cutting room floor somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be nuts. So yeah, Thank God You're Here. That's definitely one of my favourite ones growing up, must be honest.
I don't see why we can't have a reboot of Spicks and Specks. Sure, Adam Hills is over in the UK, but we could have Spicks and Specks
He did come back, though, at the start of the pandemic.
I believe he did, yeah. But why haven't we seen a reboot since he's left?
It's a good question.
Just a completely new cast. Same with Good News Week.
Yeah, Good News Week was actually the second one I had. I think Good News Week would be perfect in this day and age at the moment. Yeah, there may be some controversial jokes, but with all the news floating around, especially with the health pandemic, it seems like the perfect platform.
They've never had more to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, they've still got shows like that in Britain, like Mock the Week still runs.
Yeah, they got things like that. They get new people in. You can get new people in. Australia doesn't seem to get that you can get new people in on shows.
I don't understand. Other one I got, do you remember The Mole?
No. What's The Mole?
It was that show, basically, you had to work out someone was an inside agent, I guess, basically. That's the best way to describe it, and it was basically contestants trying to work that out to win some money. Basically, if someone was a big, fan of The Mole, get in contact with the show. Try to explain. It was very hard. It's hard to explain, but I liked the deceiving nature of it, and I liked how you had to guess, and it also got the audience involved because you had to guess who was the mole. So I think that was an interesting.
That's crazy good idea. I like it.
What else you got?
All right, this was a big show for maybe about a year. The Side Show. Do you remember this? This is Paul McDermott.
It is. The name is very familiar. I wouldn't exactly remember.
It's where we got introduced to like the Tim Minchin and Tripod and the Umbilical Brothers, Claire Hooper.
Yeah.
It was just basically a variety cabaret show for an hour every Saturday night.
So was it like then Hey Hey It's Saturday in that?
I mean, not as cheesy. It was more sort of like cabaret underground awesome stuff.
Okay.
It was pretty cool. I remember loving that show so much, but it never saw past a year, I don't think.
I wouldn't mind Hey Hey Saturday coming back just for red faces, to be honest, but I can't see it surviving these days. Just because the amount of sport that's on a Saturday, for example, and it's up against usually movies at that time, I think it would struggle.
Yeah, Saturday night is a hard one to pitch against these days, I think.
I think it was when they did that reboot. I think it was during the week, either a Wednesday or a Thursday. It was always going to, I think, struggle in that time slot too. So it's probably had its day, I imagine. So as much as I liked that show, I can't see it coming back.
You saying that Saturday night TV is dead.
I'm not saying Saturday night TV is dead. I'm just saying it's going to have to be something pretty big to be the juggernaut which as sport has become. You've got your AFL on every Saturday night. You've got your NRL, and then you've got your cricket and your Big Bash. So you've got some in tennis, of course. So you've got those bases covered. You're looking at the audience who aren't interested in the sport, and that's spread across other channels. Do you know what I mean? It's not as easy. It's definitely not. That's why they usually show a lot of movies at that time. So it's an interesting one. You got any others?
I just want to talk about classic shows that have gone. Like, do you remember Art Attack?
Yes, I do remember Art Attack.
Art Attack was the biz. Not an Australian show, it's a UK show. But basically, he just made art. It was awesome. It's not like Bob Ross. It's like Art Attack, boom.
Have you seen the conspiracy theory that they think he's Banksy?
Oh, they haven't ruled it out yet.
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? It was an awesome show. It really inspired me to get my prick stick out and try and make stuff.
Oh yeah. So you were like one of those creative kids, like you just looked at something and like, I know what that is.
I mean, I was after I watched the show. I wasn't very good at it, but after you watch that show, you're like, yeah, I can make some art. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna make a dinosaur out of these egg cartons, and then I'm gonna can't do it. Can you help me?
Yeah, I don't think that's any easier for your parents in that situation. You want me to make what?
A dinosaur out of egg cartons. Come on, I saw an Art Attack. Do what Art Attack does.
It's just, I wonder if it's the same for the play school people. They just like, you want me to make what? And I've got to. How am I even meant to pretend this is like that? Must be stressful for some of those actors.
Yeah, I bet it is. And Mr. Squiggle, do you remember Mr.
Yes,
Squiggle?
I remember Mr. Squiggle.
The man from the moon. Do.
Sounds like you just want some art shows back.
I want some good art shows for kids back.
Well, it's a good way to get their creativity running about. You know what I mean? And you can get them involved in this. Usually some of that stuff we did at school anyway.
Yeah, we did it at school. We'd do it at school. We'd watch some Mr. Squiggle and do some squiggles. Hurry up. That's what the black belt used to say. I love Mr. Squiggle.
It's a good show. Remember, if you have thought of a show that you would like back up, you can email us at
commonroomunicast@gmail.com.
You can also get in touch with Messenger on Facebook. Whatever it is, get in contact. We'd love to hear your suggestions, what you have out there. Because I know there's about 1 million that we haven't even thought of. I bet you. I can absolutely bet you that someone was really into something and wanted to compete in it today. Like, for example, I know I've brought it up before, but I'd love to go back on. I would have loved to go on Wipeout just to experience it.
Wouldn't you love to be on a Wipeout? You know, I think that's what they should have done with The Masked Singer. It should have been, rather than celebrities in costume singing, it should be celebrities in costumes doing some sort of Wipeout challenge or doing something else, like doing logic puzzles. You got to try and work out who it is on how well they can do a Wipeout course in a costume. I think that's a lot more entertaining to watch.
Well, Takeshi's Castle was a bit similar, which is basically what Wipeout was sort of based on. We can have a guess, which was in Japan, which was an unbelievable sort of obstacle course and some crazy painful injuries, can I add? So I think anything where people usually get hurt is usually what people love watching, it must be said.
Yeah, it's sad but true. People love watching pain.
Well, it's not even that. It's even just drama. What do you think? Like everyone just loves watching Married at First Sight. They don't watch it hoping for a perfect couple. Well, a lot of people don't watch it for the perfect couple. A lot of it just watch it for the dining room meltdown.
Yeah, when you have the really posh family and the really unposh family, and they got to go at each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen what's happening with the Bachelorette?
No.
There are 2 Bachelorettes. They're sisters.
Huh?
No, it's not like that, Brayden. It's 2 sisters. They're
What
going
do you
for.
think of me?
They're 2 sisters. They're going for 2 different men out of the group of bachelors who are trying to woo for their attention.
Sharing is caring.
No, they're not doing sharing is caring. It's 2. They're getting 2 different husbands each. I think it's so weird. Like you're competing with someone to get one girl, and then you got to get you're gonna end up being married to like the sister who's like the brother-in-law of one of the other competitors, and you might have been going after the same one, but you settled for the other one. Oh, the drama! It's gonna be insane.
It's gonna be nuts. Who would have thought? It is time for a break though on the Common Room. You are listening to Unicast.